Hey everyone! Today I've got a spine-chilling story that'll make you think twice before exploring abandoned places. This is the tale of two urban explorers, Jake and Emma, who decided to investigate the basement of a long-abandoned hospital. But what they found was far more horrifying than even their darkest nightmares. It was a chilly October night, the kind where the wind howls through the trees and the moon casts eerie shadows on the ground. Jake and Emma had heard rumours about strange activities in the old St. Mary's Hospital, but they shrugged it off as just another urban legend. They arrived at the hospital armed with flashlights and cameras, ready for an adventure. The hospital loomed over them, its windows shattered and walls covered in ivy. They squeezed through a broken window and found themselves in a dark, dusty corridor. Their footsteps echoed through the empty halls as they made their way to the basement. Once they reached the basement door, a sense of dread washed over them. The air was thick and cold, and an unsettling silence filled the space. They pushed the door open, and it creaked loudly, sending chills down their spines. As they descended into the basement, their flashlights flickered. The walls were lined with old medical equipment, and the air smelled of decay. Suddenly, they heard faint chanting echoing through the darkness. It was a low, guttural sound that made their blood run cold. Jake and Emma followed the sound, their hearts pounding in their chests. They turned a corner and stumbled upon a horrifying sight. A group of hooded figures stood in a circle surrounding a flickering candle. The chanting grew louder, and the air was thick with an ominous energy. Emma gasped, and the figures turned to face them. Their eyes glowed with an unnatural light, and their faces were hidden in shadow. The leader of the cult stepped forward, raising a hand. "You shouldn't be here," he hissed. Panic surged through Jake and Emma as the cult members advanced toward them. They turned and ran, their footsteps echoing through the maze-like basement. The cult members were right behind them, their chants growing louder and more frenzied. They reached the basement door and slammed it shut behind them. They didn't stop running until they were outside, gasping for breath. The hospital loomed behind them, a dark silhouette against the night sky. Jake and Emma never spoke of that night again. The memory of those glowing eyes and haunting chants stayed with them, a reminder of the terror that lurked in the shadows. So, if you're ever tempted to explore an abandoned place, remember their story. Some doors are better left unopened. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this terrifying tale, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more spine-tingling stories. Until next time, stay safe and stay spooky.